Welcome, movie fans, to the latest episode of the Summer Movie Draft 2026 edition. We are dealing with the movies that opened on the July 31st to August 2nd weekend, and this is our 11th episode. Joining me for this particular episode is Daniel, who has one of the movies that opened up this particular past weekend in his roster. Good evening, Dan.
How's it going?
Yeah, so far so good. How are you doing?
I am so tired. I blame wrestling though.
Yeah, between friggin' late night Friday movies and two late night Saturday and Sunday recordings of podcasts for wrestling. Yeah, it's been a busy long weekend for us. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So Dan, as we normally start off with, we talk about any new movies that anyone has seen between episodes. So hey Dan, have you seen any new episodes between episode the last time we talked?
I saw some Spider movie.
Some
It was
Spider
pretty
movie, yeah.
decent. Yeah, nothing to complain about
Yeah.
that one,
Yeah,
really.
there you go. There you go.
It was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Yeah, so what Dan's getting at is that me and him went to go see Brand New Day this past Friday night. We got to see an evening show, a 10:30 show, which is unusual for both of us, but just the way the day was going, it was probably best that we did that. Plus, also, by the time I actually got tickets for the movie, which about 3 weeks prior to it was really hard to find tickets, so we opted for the 10:30. We also did a bit of a cosplay
Yeah.
showing for the actual movie, which was well received by bunches of people. Had a few pictures taken, and
Yeah,
like
it was more fun than I really thought, considering we had some cosplay moments that it just felt like we weren't there.
yeah, exactly.
This one,
Yeah.
people took it in. They were all excited about Spider-Man and having a couple, well, one villain to make an appearance, of course. And
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
you decided
Um,
to go good.
yeah.
Trigger.
Well, I mean, it was a new cosplay for me. That's why I took the opportunity. Just to put it out there, Dan had done his classic Sandman costume, which he revived from quite a few years ago when we did a grouping of Spider-Man rogues, which was kind of cool. And like I said, I had my Doctor Strange, the MCU Benedict Cumberbatch version, which was actually quite fun to wear, except I believe that both me and Dan were very regretful for wearing such warm costumes in the middle of summer.
Yeah, that was a summer mistake. I was pretty damp when I got home.
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely not fun. Wintertime would be perfectly fine for those costumes, but yeah, no, middle
Oh,
of
it was fun. It
summer.
was just
Oh no, it was
hot.
great. It was great. It was just yes, it was just warm. But you know, cosplayers suffered through that sort of thing. So yeah. All right. So that being said, let's get into this episode. So basically, what we usually start off, we start with a little teaser. We do the domestic openings from like I said, the previous weekend and all that, and we'll just do them in reverse order in the top 10. So for the domestic box office again, which is the movies that are released in North America, basically the U.S. and Canada are included in that, and in 10th place would be Young Washington, which actually brought in $477,000.
Hey,
In ninth place was Evil Dead Burn with $527,000. Opening this particular weekend, which is the movie that Dan has in this game, was I Want Your Sex, which pulled in domestically $600,000.
which is amazing in my opinion, because
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
it doesn't look horrible by any stretch, but it's got some big competition out there.
Yes, no, this was a very difficult week to try and premiere a movie. So seventh place was The Invite, which pulled in $1.2 million. In sixth place is Hadestown, the musical, with another $2 million to add to its total.
Yeah, which was mine. So
Yes,
awesome,
which
awesome.
was Dan's from last week,
Ages
which
Town,
is
everyone, great. Go see it. I mean it.
there you go.
If you're gonna watch the
Uh,
Odyssey, you got to see it.
there you go. Exactly. Yes. So the fifth movie was Moana, which pulled in another $5.3 million. Fourth place was Minions and Monsters with $5.8 million.
Yeah.
Third place was Toy Story 5 with $6.3 million. And then we start jumping up on the numbers. In second place, last week's winner, The Odyssey, pulled in another $51 million.
Not bad.
But the number one movie to premiere this particular weekend is Spider-Man Brand New Day, and domestically brought in $355 million. So
Pretty
there
sure.
we go. We got, which truth be told, that is the movie that I have in the game. Basically, the movie that I've been hoping would sort of bring me out of the basement of this game, but we'll get to that point a little further on.
Yeah.
So the main goal of this is to get the really big numbers, to get the worldwide box office. I mean, we get a nice little teaser, sort of an advanced preview of how things are going with domestic numbers. But here's where it really matters, with the world box office. So what we do is we go to the Box Office Mojo website, where they have a listings of the top 200 movies to be released in any particular year. And as it is 2026, they have a running total of movies that have opened since January 1st of this year. And I'm just going to relay the movies that are part of our game currently, instead of just doing the whole entire list, because that would be a dumb idea. So, out of the top 200, the number one movie is Toy Story 5, which is currently sitting at $1,065 million.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's an impressive thing. I mean, it had the one of the biggest openings as well, which was kind of cool and all that.
A fifth in a series. Yeah.
Wow. So then the next movie on our list is fourth place, Spider-Man Brand New Day, with its opening weekend of $927 million.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, which unfortunately, prior to Sunday, was on track to beating all the records that Avengers Endgame had set. Spider-Man had beaten the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday totals. It's just, unfortunately, Sunday didn't quite pan out as well. But yeah, so Spider-Man is in fourth place. In fifth place, The Odyssey, with a $911 million, which, as Dan has mentioned before, is his movie there. 10th place is Minions and Monsters with $449 million. 11th place, Backroom with $390 million. 13th place is Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu with $344 million. 16th place is Moana with $261 million. 18th place is Disclosure Day with $239 million. 19th place is Scary Movie with $231 million. 29th place is Supergirl with $125 million. 31st place is Masters of the Universe with $113 million. 40th place, Evil Dead Burn with $66 million. 49th place is Young Washington with $46 million. 59th place is Passenger with $31 million. 64th place is Jackass, Best and Last, with $27 million. 81st place is The Breadwinner with $20 million. 84th place, another one of Dan's movies, Pressure, with $19 million. 88th place, another one of Dan's movies, well, one that we've already talked about, is Hadestown the Musical, with $18 million.
Which is awesome for a limited release, so wow.
It is very impressive for a limited release, exactly. In 122nd place is I Love Boosters with $9.7 million. In 128th place, Leviticus with $8.5 million. In 143rd place is The Death of Robin Hood with $6.9 million. Another one of Dan's movies.
Yeah.
And the last movie in the top 200 is 197th place is Stop That Train with $4 million. So we do have still a few more movies that fall below the threshold of the 200. And In numerical order, they are Power Ballad with $3.3 million, Girls Like Girls with $2.7 million, I Want Your Sex with $600,000. Did not get an international release yet, so that's why we only have the domestic for it. Then we have Carolina Carolyn with $382,000, and then Corporate Retreat with $381,000. All right, so if you take all the numbers of the movies that are in our game so far, you take the full totals, because obviously I didn't read out every single number for everything, but our group running total currently is $5,326,739,094. So there we go. Now, again, the way we divide this up is at the beginning of the game, we give this whole entire list of movies that are opening in our summer game. And then we are each given 100 points, and then we basically bid to get the movies into our separate stables. And that's how we figure out who ends up winning. Whoever has the most box office at the end of the game is our big winner.
Sometimes it's about amount of movies, and sometimes it's just catching the
it's just catching the one or two that hit big. Yes, exactly. So as things are currently running, in fourth place is Candace, who has $1.002 billion. Third place is myself, Troy, with $1.312 billion. In second place is Mitch with $1.476 billion, putting first place being Dan with $1.534 billion.
And it's all
so there you go, Dan.
Spider-Man.
So there you go, Dan. Odyssey has definitely shot you way up from. Yeah, so congratulations on that. I as I'm running the numbers, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm doing okay. It's going to be close between Mitch and Dan. And as I look at the numbers, like, oh my god, I think Dan actually wins this weekend. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this to us to like record this and see Dan's reaction.
Top of this pile.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year was a big fight for last.
Exactly, it was a huge fight for last. Yeah, it was actually separated between like the top three, the top four and the bottom three. Wait, how many of us was it last week? It was last year. It was 4 now, 6. So it's half and half. It was usually but yes, congratulations.
Chasing the bottom.
Exactly. Yeah, we were definitely chasing the bottom last year. So so congratulations, Dan, for coming into first place. Basically moving up a position each week. So you gotta
I can't assume I'm gonna hold this because I really got the one lucky movie, so to speak, because I didn't think Odyssey would do this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah,
it was supposed to do well, but it wasn't. I didn't think it would kill. I mean, I know who did it and everything, but wow. Yeah, thank you, Tom Holland. Yeah. Thank you. I wish I could remember all their names. Yeah.
So so you're
Tom Holland, Zendaya, and they did.
Yeah. as well as I can thank the Tom Holland and Zendaya, especially for Spiderman Brand New Day, which was, I mean, it wasn't. I was kind of excited watching the numbers because it's something I sometimes look at to see how the weekend goes, but I wanted to see the comparison between the two, between that and its nearest competition, which would have been Endgame when it came out. So so it came really close. But I think because Endgame opened on a holiday weekend where the Monday was the day off in the United States, that's probably why it made a lot more money. Whereas Spider-Man No Way Out didn't open on a holiday weekend in the States, so no one would go to a late Sunday show. So I'm thinking that's how that sort of worked out. So, but hey, I am definitely not going to sneeze at like $9 million for an opening weekend.
Your coming up was pretty awesome. To hit those numbers was just, we sort of saw it coming over the weekend, and it was like, whoa, dang.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting, which I mentioned a couple of weeks ago when me and Mitch were on, how the domestic box office seems to be almost parallel or less than the international and all that sort of thing. Like, for example, if I bring up the Odyssey, it made 124 million dollars on its opening weekend domestically, but internationally it made an extra 139 million dollars. Where it's a little different. Toy Story made 160 domestically and made 150 internationally. But here's where a huge one is, I guess, when you're dealing with bigger numbers, but it looks more impressive when you go domestically, $355 million for Brand New Day, but internationally it made 572 million more dollars. So, yeah. I mean, I guess that's how you get to 9 million, 900 million and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it's just weird how it seemed to be a lot of equal to or greater international numbers this year, which is a good thing to see. I mean, that's kind of cool. So yeah, because I mean, it's a foreign market that you want to get more money of because there's more of it out there.
Yeah, I had my doubts about Brand New Day on the in the world simply because it's a little too New York, I would have thought, but they love their Spider-Man around the world. I mean, some of the adaptions I've watched have been pretty awesome and hilarious.
and like actually we had said in the theater, this was the least New York looking but coolest New York looking Spider-Man yet, because again, the thing was shot in London, in England. I don't think it was London, but it was in England that the movie was shot. So it was kind of a neat thing to see the extra little stuff that we got to see. Yeah. All right. So that being said, we're going to set ourselves up for next week. And we have actually quite a few movies coming out, which obviously no one wanted to go up against Spider-Man. So everyone probably pushed off their stuff for a week and hopefully get the remnants of the second week sort of drop off. You know how movies sometimes drop off on the second week. Hopefully there's a little bit money for them. But so what we have is we have The Fall 2. Sorry. I believe it is just called Fall 2, not The Fall 2, but Fall 2, which it belongs to Mitch. And we also have The Ice Cream Man, One Night Only, Super Troopers 3, and Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Masama, which all those movies belong to Candace. So Candace gets to get back into the game now that July is gone and she now has movies again. So yeah, so hopefully we'll get either or both Mitch or Candace to come back, and we'll get them back on the air for our next episode. But again, Dan, congratulations on number 1. Again, Odyssey is still being a strong contender, and as the summer months go on, we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. All right. You got anything else to add to the podcast there, Dan?
Oh, I wonder how you're going to do for next weekend. That could be another big jump. Wow.
Well, just looking at it, we got a sort of action horror in Fall 2. We got an actual straight out horror in Ice Cream Man. We got a sexy thriller with One Night Only. We got I wouldn't say it's a legacy, but it's been a while between Super Trooper movies. So we got your stoner comedy. And then we got a schlock horror film with teenage sex and death. So it's quite a various sort of thing, but I don't think anything that is going to compete with either the Odyssey or Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, I mean, there's nothing in comparison to those two movies. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man's going to have a big jump.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to crest its billion by midweek, probably.
My last big gasp for holding first would be at near the end with the Acme. The
Coyote versus Acme, which is exactly. Yeah.
That'll be my last gasp. I don't know if it'll do grand. And this is the thing, when we play this game, you look at it and you go, this movie is amazing, but it's a personal thing. And it's like, will it take off? Like, I really thought Supergirl would have done much better than it did. And I thought was great, but it didn't really pull in everybody like it should have. And those are my movies, but I really thought.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I thought they were going to do great.
I think we were also going for that was the same thing with me with Disclosure Day. I was thinking, a return of Spielberg to the sci-fi alien genre. I thought it was going to be huge. I mean, it's done okay. Don't get me wrong, it's done okay, but again, it's not the numbers that I had expected. And I think, also like Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh, perfect example. Last year's the New Avengers. Sorry, the Thunderbolts asterisk.
Yeah.
We being an early movie contender, we thought it was getting great hype and all that sort of thing, word of mouth, but it got to a point and then just plateaued and then
it just tapered. It was
exactly. Which
it should have been like it was great.
Yeah, exactly. But again, like you said, it's a personal thing. It's something we have to try and work against ourselves for next year when we play this game, Dan, because that's
well, I did a little this year. That's why I got the Odyssey.
Yeah. I desperately pulled in.
I purely went on the Odyssey going, last year, especially with you guys talking to you, pushing it into my head going, it is by the guy from last year who did so big against Barbie and all that stuff. And I'm like, it might be the movie.
No. Yeah, exactly.
I look at it and I go, wow, that guy looks terrible as that character. And wow, I don't think that's going to work at all. And it did. And I'm like, oh my God, that can't be. But I hear like the practical effects on the pigs were outstanding.
Oh my God. It is such a wonderment to see. I to speak of which, I saw an interview happening with someone from IMDb when they were talking to Anne Hathaway and Tom Holland, how they were trying to express to her how the pig transformations were practical, how there was like animatronics and puppetry work and camera angles and whatnot, and how they said they were like there and saw it happen, and then they like didn't get to see how it happened, but they like Tom Holland turned to like Christopher Nolan after the movie and like, that's amazing CG work that you guys did in it. And it's like, no, it was all practical. It was all puppetry and camera angles and animatronics and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it was just it is a feast to watch. Spider-Man also is a feast for the eyes and all that sort of thing. It's a spectacular up on the big screen.
Some of the scenes with him walking on the sides and upside down.
Yeah. Oh, they did such a great job. And I think the fact that it had that, hey, this isn't quite an American looking city, but it still is, you're still calling it like New York. And it had that extra little zing to it that made it look great. So yeah. All right. So that being said, enough about blowing smoke up the asses of those two movies.
Yeah, really.
We're going to wrap up this particular one. Anything else you want to add to this particular episode again, Dan, or that's it?
Oh, I'm good. Just get out there, everyone. Watch a movie.
Yeah. Exactly. Do yourselves a favor. Go out and see movies, because the only way we're going to get these types of movies brought into the theaters instead of on streaming is by showing those that make those movies that they can make money, because you're going to go see them in the theater. So there we go. That was pretty precise and on the point. So I didn't sound very jumbly at all. All right. So that being said, thank you, Dan, for joining me. Thank you, audience, for joining us so far on this journey. And till the next time we see you, we'll see you at the box office. This has been the Summer Movie Draft, a Planet Geek production. Please be sure to subscribe, download, comment, share, rate, and review. You can follow Planet Geek Productions on all of our social medias. Through Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, and Letterboxd, search for Planet Geek Productions. On X, former Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, search for Planet Geek Pod. Or you can send us an email at planetgeekpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to contribute to our GoFundMe, or just buy us a coffee, check out our GoFundMe and Ko-Fi links in the description. Thanks for tuning in.